tell us what drone you use now, or is this your first drone, or how many drones in there?
Definitely not my first drone. I started with a Phantom 3 Pro one, which has got its own crystal LED screen. That I smashed into the side of a Solo, just inexperienced. Wind got hold of it. I went full throttle and full up, thinking I could get up over the Solo by going flat out, and it doesn't work like that. It just went boom straight into the Solo, dropped to the ground, smashed to pieces. That was the first one we had. That was only probably 3 months old. So then got the next one up, which is a Phantom 4 Pro. I was out in the middle of Australia on the Nullarbor. I sent it about 5k's away from me I wanted to get these sand dunes. I'd driven past them for a couple of years, a lot of years, and thought, that looks so beautiful. Like, I thought, I want to get them. So we pulled over one day. It was on sunrise. Everything was just magic for a photo. So I've launched it over there. And with this drone, the battery will say get down to 60%, or say it needs to come home. So it'll give you enough time to get back. And I just got there and it's battery low, you need to return now. So it gives you that time to get home. I was like, no, I just got there. This is 5k's away. I thought it was about 2k's, so I thought I'd be all right. I looked, it was 5k's. I was like, oh shit. And so I went around, took a few quick photos, 2 minutes taking photos, what I wanted to get. And coming back, it was coming back into the winds, and it doesn't allow for that. So it's coming back, and it was 2.5k's away. I'm like, and it's gone critical battery, landing low, landing now. I was like, no. I'm trying to turn it off, override it or whatever. It landed. The image was, it's in a bush, pointing directly up at the sky. So I went to the wife. We just spent $3,000 on this bloody drone. It was like, I felt absolutely terrible. And I went to the wife and said, we either drive off, it's gone, or we go look. So no, let's go look. It was getting to hot. It was 40 degrees by like 8 o'clock in the morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning out there. Ridiculous. And we had our little dog with us. We used to take him with us. And the highest bush was about this high, and for as far as you could see. And I didn't know you had tracking then. I didn't know anything about the drone. I really didn't know that sort of. If I didn't knew now, I would have found it. So we walked around for 4 hours. Could not find it anywhere. Come back, go to the truck. So there was another one lost. And I've smashed another one into the hill over there, chasing an eagle. Going sideways. Next minute, forgot about the hill. I live right next to the bloody hill. Straight into the side of it, smashed it. So now I've got the new Mavic, not the new one, sorry, it was a new one. I got a Mavic 2 Pro, which is a nice little compact drone. Takes the exact same shots as, if not better than those bigger drones. And so that's what I use now, Mavic 3 Pro, a Mavic 2 Pro.
So what do you find makes this drone, that Mavic 2 Pro, best for what you do?
Just the compactness of it. It's folded up. It's like this big. Like it's just tiny, and it handles the same wind as what the big one does. Obviously, technology gets better and better, and they get better with them. So that for me is. And the big thing is when I do my videos with the Phantom, the propellers will always get in the way. So with the Mavic, the propellers don't get in the way. So there's a few things, but yeah, I really like it.
Funny one here. Are you worried about losing it in the Great Australian Bight?
And people say that, so I don't know how you fly it over the water. And I say, well, if it's 80 metres up on dry land and it falls, it's gone anyway. You're not going to get much of it back. So first couple of flights over the Bight, absolutely terrified. Thinking I'm not going to go. My thoughts were, I'm doing this knowing I'm not going to get it back. That's what I thought. It's not going to come back. And it comes back. And then I don't even think about it now. Don't even think about it, just launch it wherever now. So if it comes back, I haven't had one literally just drop out of the sky, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. This one's about, is the driving or flying the drones good therapy?
Oh, absolutely. Doing the drones, mental health side of things was terrible from 13. Even today, I'm not cured. You don't get cured from it. You don't. And the upbringing probably brought that on a lot, but I don't celebrate birthdays. I hate birthdays. I hate Christmas. I hate Easter because I never was involved with any of that. Like from 13 onwards, I was spending Christmas Day by myself walking on the streets of Perth. Like so, Christmas, which is so disappointing for my kids, my grandkids, because they understand, but I should be getting over that. Like I'm 48 years old, but it's just something you can't get over. But anyway, back to that, the drone. I'd played sport from 25, well, after my drugs, so 26 up until 43 years old. I went back playing cricket flat out and really enjoyed it and had great mates from it to this day, like everything like that. Then when that stopped, that was my distraction from my mental health. And when that stopped, there was nothing. So I really, from 43 to 45, spiraled out of control a bit, as in driving along thinking which bloody tree I could hit. That's how bad it was getting, and it was regular. It was 100 times a day this thoughts were just going through my head, just pounding me to, absolute shit place. And then this drone, it just changed. It was just a game changer. I still have my bad days, but the distraction this drone's got, and from the beauty that it captures, how can you not think, how can it not be positive, like, for your mind when I'm seeing it on the screen, knowing that's an amazing shot, and it's just beautiful, and it's changed my way of thinking, and it has. Like I said, I'm not cured. I still have bad days. I still got to have a chat to the missus, and just have my own little space and do my own little thing. But the suicide thoughts are gone. I still get them, not anywhere near as much. I still have my downtime, have my shit time, and but the drone and driving trucks it's changed my life. The drone, driving trucks, and kids, and my wife, missus, it's changed my life. It seriously has. Without it, I don't know where I'd be. I really don't know where I'd be now. I don't. Disturbing to think where I could have been, where I could have ended up if I didn't meet my partner, which started this whole, I didn't meet her. No, I wouldn't be sitting in this amazing house now. We worked our asses off the last 15 years, absolutely worked our asses off to get what we wanted, that we wanted when we were younger, that we didn't get an opportunity. We had opportunity, it was our fault we didn't get it. But it's now that we're reaping the reward, so it's a great time.
And just on that same point too, to photography, he wants to. So if we focus on photography, and I can have some of those shots come up, what does that feel like when you capture some of those images that you just know is a
it's a good. When I first taken photos, it was just like, go up, take a photo, go up, take a photo. Now it's like when you set a benchmark, like with one photo, like I put a truck photo up, I got like 12,000 likes or something. It's like, geez, my next photo's got to be good. So it inspires you to just keep improving, chasing that ultimate shot. But when I put the drone up now, I know straight away if that's going to be a money shot. Straight away I know that if that's going to be a money shot, or if that's just going to be, I call them gap fillers. So a gap filler to me is just one that you just post during the week just to keep your page active, because if you drop off, you lose followers or whatever. So the more interaction you get, the more it happens. So I've got me gap fillers, and I've got me ones that are like that Sunday 7 p.m. shot, because that's my prime time. That's when a lot of people are sitting down, chilled out for the weekend. I hit it at 7 o'clock and watch it go nuts and just go, I knew that. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
And we sort of talked about this in there, the art of colour and composition. Can you talk us how you learned that, or how you taught yourself? I probably got inspiration from another drone photographer who I bought my first drone off. The one I crashed into a solo. He's actually an Air Force pilot, everything rah. So I followed his page a bit, and I particular videos. I was putting videos together and wasn't matching them with music. I just played music and just had this boring video going. Like, to me, like, it was just boring. And then I watched one of his videos, and he was snappy. There wasn't a 15-second shot of anything. It was just snappy with the music, and I thought, that just gets your attention. That's what keeps your attention. So I got a lot of inspiration from that, and got straight onto YouTube and the only reason I use YouTube to find the right editing tool that worked for me. He used some professional thing that I tried. You need a uni degree to do that sort of shit. So I just got one basic that I've stuck with the whole time now, because I can just go boom, 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 and just do my stuff. I should progress into looking at other ones. But as far as the composition and everything, without sounding like a big head, I've done nothing on that. Zero. I if I see something and it looks good, I take a photo of it. It's as simple as that. And what that has done is people like it too. So I'm doing something right. So I haven't needed to color grading and all that sort of thing. Different scenario. So I look back at the photos that I've first taken, and they're just so raw, and there's so much you can do in editing to make them look a bit pretty. You don't change. I don't add lighting. I don't add things. I'm not into Photoshop or anything, but I like to enhance what nature's given me in that shot. So I just enhance what that is, and that's probably the biggest thing I YouTubed as far as composition and angles and all that sort of stuff. I think it's just a natural talent.
And do these ideas come to you when driving?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know where I'm going to be on sunrise. I know what shot I'm going to take. I know exactly, at this stage I do. I know where I'm going to be, so I can plan ahead. Weather forbidding, of course. Obviously a drone, if it's blowing a gale, you can't do too much. But a lot of times I'm at Bunda Cliffs on sunrise, and it doesn't matter what. If there's no wind, the drone's out. It's as simple as that. It's one of those places. I mean, a lot of people haven't been there that want to be there. It's a bit of a hike, but it's when I first went to this place. There's probably been 3 times in my life where I've been at somewhere where nothing else matters. Like whatever's going on in your head, whatever's going on, family, friends, whatever, it's all just taken away from you. And walking to the edge of these cliffs was just spiritual, absolutely mind-blowing. And so I make a regular stop there, just for mental health as well.
Yeah, because he's just got what's your favourite place or what's your favourite shot. Would that be it?
100%.
So we covered that.
Yep.
And as you say that, it would be great to have some of that imagery.
Oh, yeah, tons of it.
Can we talk about the audience a little bit? Do you enjoy that side of it now that you've got such a big following? Do you enjoy that a lot more, or was it always the same passion and drive?
What's that for?
To create content? Now that there's an audience on it.
Oh, 100%. That's why I go back to those gap fillers. I need content to keep the page. You can't just keep putting up 10s. You can't, because you do your head in trying to find that perfect shot, and you just can't do it. So just to find little 7 out of 10s is good, and people still love it, and they respect the story, and they respect the page. And I have seriously 100,000 followers, and not one bad one. Not one negative comment, they know who they're dealing with. I like to put my heart on my sleeve with them and tell them my life bloody story, and so they know who they're dealing with, and they know they're not dealing with a professional photographer who's going to talk all the lingo and the rah-rah. They just get me raw, and I like to repay them, and I do by showing them places that they've never been to, or that they've been to and they've seen from ground level. You see something from ground level, put a drone up 40 metres, it looks totally different, and that inspires me to keep providing for my people.
Yeah. That question, the next question was about engagement. So, do you know how far and wide this audience is that you're reaching?
I'm yet to do a post to find out, but I should. But there is just New Zealand, Belgium, France, England. England's a big one because BBC did a story, so it went over to England. So there's a few thousand from England. Italy, there's all over the world. There really is. There's people in Iran and stuff like that that write and ask for postage of a printer. So, well, it's going to cost you a fortune, but anyway. But yeah, all around the world. So it's pretty cool.
And is it fair to say a few truckies are out there and amongst your fans?
Yeah, 100%. That's what started it. The Nullarbor started my page basically, and I as I kept taking photos of the Nullarbor, and still to this day I can put up a beautiful picture of the beach down whoop-de-whoop-whoop, or I can put up a beautiful picture of the Nullarbor. The Nullarbor gets smashed. Like people just boom, 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 boom. It still goes alright, the beach ones, but people just relate with the Nullarbor. But as I was getting on with the drone way, I was like, I've got that much footage of the drone. I need to expand and not just keep everyone happy, but I want to go to these places myself and see them for myself. And so now I get to share everything with everyone. So just trying to compensate for everybody's, everyone wants to see a bit of something different. So one person might not like the Nullarbor, one person likes beaches, so they like that. So it's just
And then incorporating the truck that you drive in the photography and the imagery.
Yeah, exactly. And
that appeals to that audience.
100%. Again, they haven't seen before, and not being big-headed, but before I was doing this, there was none of this drone trucks around. No one was droning trucks. Well, not that I seen anyway. I didn't see any drone footage of trucks. So people are seeing like the 90 mile straight out in the Nullarbor. They're seeing me come in behind my truck and lift the drone up and go up 120 metres and show the expansion of Australia and the 90 mile, and it's just totally different when you're standing on the ground. It looks like a long straight road. Yeah, go up 120 metres, you can nearly see the whole 90 mile. Like it's stunning. It's good.
How did that come about with the BBC and the other current affair and all that?
The lady, come about the BBC was a lady started following the drone way. It must have a family member or something sent her something, and she worked for the BBC, and then I did my sort of like first sort of live about my story, and then got more involved, and because it was important to share my story with my followers without BBC, without anything like that. Before that, it was important to share my story with them because I wanted them to know, if they're buying something or donating something, it's genuine, that I'm going to pass it on, and they need to know my backstory to know that I'm not a shit talker and I'm passing the money on. So I don't get into go filming someone, a homeless person, and go, oh look mate, here's a pizza, like yeah, look what I'm doing. I just go do that shit. I'll do it off my back, knowing that these people know that I'm doing it. So, I think she got wind of something like that, and then just contacted me via message and said, hey, it's from the BBC, and I was, yeah, right. Is this these scams or whatever? And she just picked up the story there, yeah. And so we did a thing on the BBC, and then obviously with media, Channel 9 get with the wind of it, so they want a piece, and so it just went from there. So it was a very busy 6 months.
We'll just stop and start.